Hi everyone. So I'm going to make a video of a brief history of special education and where they were about 50, 60 years ago and where we are now. So 50, 60 years ago, states ruled that students with special education didn't have to be educated in our school systems. The foundation of when this started to change was when Brown versus Board of Education happened in 1954. Based on this is when segregation stopped, and based on this is when special education started to change. Parent advocacy groups started to become a big hit. New Jersey, New York, Massachusetts were the first states to rule that schools had to educate special education kids. Advocacy groups formed after this. Pennsylvania Association of Retarded Citizens versus Pennsylvania in 1972 won that all special needs students ages 6 through 21 should get free education. Mills versus Board of Education, that was also in 1972, became the framework due to new due process components of Education for All Handicapped Children's Act. This also led the way for 46 right to education cases in 28 states. In 1958 to 1959, Congress passed two laws with funds to train teachers in special education for the students. In 1970, Education of the Handicapped Act was passed and became the framework for more legislation to come. In 1973, Congress passed Rehabilitation Act of 1973 to protect the rights of persons with disabilities. President Ford signed a bill, the Education Act for All Handicapped Children, since children were still left out or the schools didn't have what they needed, and that was in 1975. In 1986, amendments were made because they realized how important early intervention for infants and toddlers were. A part of this was IDEA. In 1990, amendments were made, and the bill was renamed IDEA. This added autism and traumatic brain injury to the list of special education. This added children 16 and older must have transition planning in their IEP. In 1997, amendments to IDEA were made to focus on children receiving quality education. The goal was to improve the effectiveness of special education. This again changed in 2022 when No Child Left Behind was made. The federal government held states accountable, which made states hold school districts accountable. Special education students were a part of this. They wanted to make sure that special education students were a part of this so that they could get a real number on how many students were being left behind. They formed a commission to improve special education. This system for early identification and swift intervention. They realized that when students were diagnosed early, they could make interventions early. Some of the websites that I would like to be a part of, and not be a part of, but to keep looking at to make sure that I stay on top of it as a teacher, is www.administrativerules.gov, www.ncsl.org, and www.usa.gov/agencies/state and territories.shtml. Thank you.